we've been working on this a bit here today. Steven came out and helped me. Unfortunately, he had just woke up, so he was still in his pajamas, so we didn't really film. But you can see how far, 3 fingers, we've already pushed this cage over. And the main thing that's done it is this little Amazon Porta Power. So I get a lot of comments here on my YouTube channel saying, well, you know, if I had the tools that you have and blah, blah, blah. Yes, I have the Walden on here, but the Walden is only kind of straightening the end of the angle iron. 90% of the work was done with this little guy right here. So this here I bought on Amazon, I think for $199 Canadian. So you guys can pick up this stuff. This isn't the best one out there in the world, but honestly, it did the job. It pulled the car straight again. As you can see, she's straight. So what I'm saying is, I get a lot of comments, people tell me, well, if I had all the tools you have, it'd be easy. Well, guys, you can get the tools I have. But, oh well. We're getting the car straight. We're starting to put some side bracing into it. I should have done this from the beginning, but I did not think that this was gonna be as big of an issue as fast as it did. So we're putting one side support there, and we're gonna put another one a little farther back. And then, yeah, hopefully that fixes these issues. And then we're gonna do the same on this side. We're gonna put a side support this way and a side support that way. But as it sits right now, I'm pretty sure that we can take all this stuff off, because now I got that one support in there. Will it come back? I'm gonna loosen off this hydraulics. No, look at that. It stayed over. So that's what we wanted. And 95% of the work is done with this. So what we're gonna do now is we're going to put a lot more of side gusset supports into this thing. And we're going to be getting, I don't know, what's you guys saying? I'm thinking that we need maybe, I don't think we need any in the front. We might, but I'm not sure yet. And we're gonna put even more and more gussets on these things. The car is gonna get a little heavier, which I'm not a big fan of, but to be honest, at this point in time, I think it needs to be a bit heavier just for the actual safety and supports and actually holding the car together. The body metal is gonna be having a hard time on this thing. So like, as you kick here, it's all the way moving back to there. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna clean this off. We're gonna push this in probably with the Walden or another vehicle and just do some plug welding, try to hold the body together just a little bit longer before we have to skin it. And what do you guys mean by skinning it? Well, this car is gonna be known as the Cat because I'm gonna be skinning it with all of this metal. It's here, I have it. If I need it, I can use it. If I don't need it, don't use it. But this metal is here so that I can reskin the sides of this car, because I knew that this was gonna happen. I knew that the sides of the car were gonna be ripped away. My original plan was actually to put those on underneath all the bodywork, but I just never got to it. So, lots more to do, lots more to fix. First issue, straighten the car. Second issue, look at the cooling system. Third issue, supports for the wrist. Fourth issue, steering wheel. We're working on these issues and we're gonna get through it. But we're tackling the biggest one here at the beginning. We've been working a lot on this Cavalier, and I got some good news, maybe 2 good newses, and 1 pretty bad news. So, good news is we've rebuilt the cage. I fixed the steering wheel, and I think I figured out the water cooling issues with this. Let's go through it and figure this out, because there's a lot that we've done to this thing. So the cage now has a rollover bar. Didn't really want to add this weight, but we had to after what happened in Mount Forest. And Mount Forest is not really known to be a competitive figure 8 track. Like the car got beat up pretty good. We got it pulled straight. We got a whole bunch of X bracing in there now, cross bracing. It's not full X bracing. We've upgraded our coolant lines as well. We've fixed our speed wheel again, and we've got all new coolant lines here. I went with the more expensive high pressure silicone here. Maybe that does a difference. I don't know. So Steven and I were out here the other day and we fully primed the system. We cut the old hose apart, we lifted up high enough, we filled it with water, made sure we bled it. I put in a bleeder here for the heater hoses to make sure that we knew that we were bleeding this thing correctly. Like everything, like there was no air in the system at all, and it started pumping from one bucket to the other bucket, but then it just lost its pump. Like there's no pressure coming out of this water pump. So I really do think that the water pump is out of this car. Now, most cars like Toyota Camrys, you just stab another water pump into it. Not a bad problem, like not an issue. Just throw a water pump into it. But here's the issue. It is a timing-based water pump, and you need a specialty tool. So I've called 3 shops around me trying to see if somebody was willing to work on a car like this. And I think I finally found one. I've dealt with them in the past. They've worked on a couple of my vehicles. I told them it was a race car. I didn't really tell them it was a derby car. So we'll have to see what they say when I get there. But they're going to do the water pump. I have it scheduled for Wednesday that I have to take it into them. So we'll have to see, but I think it's going to get done. But we've done just about everything on this that we can as of right now. We've fixed up the cage. We're going to leave the bodywork. Hopefully somebody hits the driver's side and kind of folds it back together. But we've done pretty much everything that we can do, and now we got to send it out for a water pump. So let's get that done, and it's about 2 days away now, so we'll just start cleaning stuff up around this and then get you guys in going. So let's get waiting, I guess, for another 2 or 3 days. Well, I got some good news and bad news about this car. We got the cage done. I still have to drill the holes through the ceiling for the cage. We got the cross bracing in for the cage. We got extra cross bracing down low. My radiator got damaged, so I'm really hoping that holds water. I got new heater hoses because I thought that might be the issue. But if you guys can tell by all of the buckets in here of water I have, I tried bucket testing this thing to make sure it had a water pump. And guess what? It doesn't. It doesn't have a damn water pump. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to try to do a water pump on this. Now, how you guys may ask how I bucket tested. I had these 2 lines that came one off one end, one off the other, completely filled the system, bled the heater core, bleeded through here, had the whole system bled, no air, no nothing. And then we started out with a flow, but we quickly lost it. So I think that the water pump just cavitates on itself and it doesn't actually pump. It does spin, but it doesn't pump. So here we took it to a mechanic that said he'd work on it. The original quote was like $400 to $500 for the job. And then when he seen the car pull up, he told me like $600 to $700. And then after they looked at it, they're like, oh, because you can't really do this, this is in the way, and the motor mount's in the way, and blah, blah, blah. Can't take the motor mount out. It's going to be like $1,150 and then tax to do that. So that'd be like a $1,300 water pump on a derby car. So what we did is we went to Rock Auto. We bought ourselves a water pump, some extra oil filters. I had a comment from a viewer named Mike that it could be the spark plugs that makes it run rough until it gets hot. So we bought all that stuff, and then, I don't know where it is. It's around here somewhere. Here it is. This is the special tool for timing the water pump. So we're going to see if this works. We only kind of get one shot at it. So I want to try to do that a day where I actually have more time. So that's going to probably be this Saturday that we're going to attempt to do the water pump in this. So it's not going to be an easy job. What I'm thinking about doing is taking this motor mount off, taking this motor mount off, and maybe even taking out this bar, and then seeing, so this plate's going to make it in the way. If I can just drop that motor down and maybe pull it ahead a bit, take off the tire, maybe I can get in there a little bit easier. There's actually some really good water pump videos on YouTube, so I'm not going to do a step-by-step how to do this, because honestly, guys, this is a learning curve for me. I'm not going to pretend like I know what I'm going to do. But this is actually making me a little nervous doing this water pump. So we're gonna attempt it, and that will be this weekend's job. So make sure, I guess it'll be the same video, so make sure you guys stay tuned and see how upset I get. Oh, and we bought an electric water pump just in case this job fails. So we have had very little time to work on this figure 8 car. It's actually raining out for the first time in almost 3 weeks, so it's kind of unexpected, but it's gonna definitely change the track conditions for today. So we have done a lot of work to this figure 8 car. Let's check it out. So most of the work you're not gonna be able to see. We put a new water pump in it, so that was not a fun job. I had a shop quote me $1,150 to put a water pump in this. I bought a $58 pump off of Rock Auto, and I bought the $36 alignment tool. If you guys are looking to do one of these yourself, this is the timing tool here. They sell half timing tools and full timing tools. Buy the full timing tool. You cannot drop anything in the engine block with a full timing tool. So we did a water pump in this. I ran it for about 5 minutes and then I re-torqued down the water pump. Then we ran all new heater hoses, and then I found out the radiator had a hole, so I put a new radiator in it. And then we did put something else into here, and it's hidden underneath here. I'm not gonna really show it to you guys too much, but that's your little sneak peek, is that thing down there. And so we're gonna have to see how that thing works. I'm not gonna give it away yet. It might work, it might screw up everything, it might change the game. This car here is a learning experience. We did put some tape on the actual switch. I did not have the time to build an extra bracket to help hold it. If you guys buy these ones off Amazon, you're gonna have to check them all the time for loose hardware. So we've already gone through and checked this one for loose hardware today. And we gotta put gas in it. We've got donuts on the back. We haven't done anything to the back. We got our whips reinstalled. This thing here is getting ready to go. But I'd like to get it loaded on the trailer because we have to leave in about 20 minutes to head to Tesswater, which is the next figure 8 race this thing will be doing. I'd like it to be doing a lot more figure 8 races this year. We're gonna have to see where I can make it and where I can't. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna load it, we're gonna throw a tarp on the seat, and then we're going to throw a header cover on this thing because I don't have one on there yet, unfortunately. So lots to be done today, not a whole crap ton, but like I said, it hasn't rained here in 3 weeks, and today it chose to rain. And it kind of sucks the most because I left my helmet out to dry after washing it, so that kind of sucks. But let's get this thing on the trailer, and then we'll see you guys in Tesswater. Are you guys liking the figure 8 car on this channel? Figure 8's something that I never really thought I'd be doing a lot of, but the time that I'm in my life right now without a whole lot of time, it's kind of nice just to have a car I can start up and go. After Mount Forest, it was its first run. You're gonna find a couple kinks in Mount Forest, but we did have quite a bit of kinks from water pump to cooling system to cage to my wrist being cut up and some other things. So it is kind of nice that we had a lot of time from Mount Forest till now. But hopefully now, we might find a couple kinks today, obviously, but hopefully we've got all the kinks kind of worked out of this thing, and now we can just keep on racing it. So, do you guys like it? I'm hoping to get some wins today. I've had a couple people comment and tell me that Mount Forest was a fluke, and it may have been. I may have pulled out a W out of my butthole, but I would like to prove people that I am still a good driver, and I would like to feel like a good driver. So again, I do not want to win all of today. If I win all today, I'll be extremely happy. I would like to make it to finals. That is my goal, is to make it to the finals. In the finals, if I win it, it'd be fantastic, but I would like to make it to the finals, and I'd be extremely happy about that. So come with me on the journey of this car, and hopefully we can race it and have ourselves a great time. See you guys in Tesswater.